to read how you're doing on individual web properties, right? Can you see how you're doing on AOL versus SGs versus the New York Times?
Uh, no, there's not within the search network. Within the content network,
Of course.
it's a matter of just running the placement reports.
Right.
But
Of course.
yeah,
Yeah. Rob, one more thing. Could you say a little bit about how we understand that the quality score is derived largely from what Google controls on their own search network, but and that it's not related to the content network. But could you say something about your ability to advertise on the content network with a poor quality page? Because you still can't, like, if you have been slapped for a keyword and a domain, you're not going to be able to advertise well on the content network either, right?
well, maybe not. Jared will, I'm sure, chime in more here, but I'll just state my basic understanding is that when you go from search to content, in content, the ads or the words that are in your ad and how those relate to the placement site matter more uh, in a proportion than they would with the search network. Um, Geez, I didn't really say that very well, but it's actually, I think I said that actually wrong. The ads, the words that are in your ad on when you're advertising on the content network matter a lot towards what's on your landing page. That's it. Than it would for search. With search, the keywords appearing on your landing page matter somewhat, but with content, that gets kind of negated out of the situation because they're running a theme based on that whole ad group. But Jared, what would you say in terms of how content kind of switches things around if you have a bad search term?
Sure. I definitely have seen that a poor search term does kind of coincide with a poor result on the content network. It's kind of like, why you don't do good on search, Google's going to kind of expect you not to do good on the content for those sites as well. I think what Rob was trying to say was the importance of the ad copy you use on the content network can help your performance. And what I've seen is, in that instance, your best bet is to move to the content network using only text media, because the contextual targeted ads take into account the actual copy you put into the ads as additional components to determining where to place you in the content network versus, say, a display ad where they can't actually, the Google bots can't actually view the words you want
Oh, I see. Okay.
to have on there. Additionally, I mean, really, I've begun to see as well, using those poor keywords, if they're not relative, they really don't. It takes a lot longer to get on the content network, and you probably have to pay a lot more to get premium placement in anywhere you
So,
expect to place.
just so that everybody understands, when we say that the Google cares primarily about click-through rate on the Google network, you're talking about when they're determining the quality score for search. But there's a separate algorithm which determines the quality score for content. Am I correct?
There is, Glenn. I think what I'm trying to say is, though, they're two separate beasts, and I think that's what we wanted to hammer out. But essentially, Google has to kind of use your account information to make decisions
Right.
when you're just hitting the content network. And the only decisions or the only data they have is maybe your account quality score and your current performance on the search network. So it could take longer if you are doing poorly to get those type of themes spidered well with your content campaigns.
Got it.
Yeah.
Got it.
What I would add to that is an emphasis on the account's quality score being set only on your historical performance on Google, because the account quality score doesn't have a massive impact, but it has some impact on how your quality score works, and that account quality score is really only set based on search and based on search on Google.
Very good.
Right. And
Very good.
my final comment, not to stay on content, everyone knows I love to talk about it, but the idea is your quality score associated with that is not only on NewYorkTimes.com, but the individual pages within it almost as if each page is its own keyword. So that's the way you can kind of view that.
Very good.
There are some places where a keyword would have a bad quality score on the search network, but would still be okay for content. And going back to the roofing example, if you had a list of competitor names, those wouldn't have worked well on the search network, but we had a successful campaign on the content network with that. And another example that I pointed to before was siding wasn't a close enough term on the or window installation really to work with on the search network, but on the content network we had some success with that. And then even the terms related to mortgages and refinancing mortgages to do your house, to do improvements on your house, a theme like that would work okay on the content network, but it actually was working fine until the rates went down to the point where everyone had all these weird mortgage ads everywhere, and it kind of skewed everything for it. But
sure, I would try to explain Google's logic on that one as they're pairing those types of searches as relative to the idea that it's a home improvement activity, and that's your general theme. Although you're talking about roofing and you're trying to appear on siding pages, it's the idea of it's a home improvement kind of a theme, and that's how they kind of, I think, they make those kind of bridges to kind of show you there and have justification. So.
And people actually clicking on the ads is what's also making it work. We say that click-through rate matters most on Google, but on the content network, the click-through rate on the content network matters. So if no one was clicking on a roofing ad based on a siding theme, then Google wouldn't continue to show it because they wouldn't be making money off of it. So, well said.
Very good. Very good.
All right, so let's see the rocket go for this one. What matters most to Google is Google.
Great.
So,
That could sound a little narcissistic, but I think we understand what you mean.
yeah.
Let me save this.